Because your lures.
No, no, yeah. I didn't know where your line was.
So first bass of the day, just at the back of Jetu, just trying to fish where the tide's not running. Nice start, hopefully we'll find his bigger grandparent. And away. So Cal, tell us what's happened.
I just hooked a double figure bass and I was fighting it for 20 minutes.
Funny, I don't remember that 20 minutes happening.
Now that's what you don't do when casting on a boat, because that rod is brand new and now it's in 2 pieces. So that is exactly what not to do when casting a lure on a boat. Now this rod I bought a week ago. I'd used it once before today. It's a Nomura Samurai 10 to 40 gram 7-foot spinning rod. I bought it specifically for lure fishing from the boat, and I've literally just cast it. It's hit one of the railings on the boat and snapped into 3 pieces. So I'm going to set up my other rod now and get a lure in the water. Liam's just had one little bass which came off at the last moment. So that's quite funny because he was laughing at me for snapping my rod, so it serves him right. But we're going to be throwing some lures, trying to get some bass. We just hit a few marks around Jetu and Herm. I lost a fish, Liam caught a little bass. We gave it a go in a few other areas, but no more joy. So we've moved along now. We're going to be trying a few spots throughout the day, and hopefully we can find a clunker. Going into a bobber.
I think it's a wrasse. I don't think it's a bass. Hello?
Oh, yours, I'm in as well.
I'm a wrasse.
Eh? What, mine? Oh, yours, I'm in as well. You're in too. You got a wrasse. My lure bounced off the rock, sorry, and it was just on the surface. I think it might even be cracked, and that bass went for it. There's more around it. Look, there's loads of them down there.
What, mate?
There's loads of them down there following it. It's a good size. Can you grab the net? Hang on. Oh, don't come off, don't come off, don't come off. You got it? Yeah.
Right, let me get out of here.
Yeah.
Hold on.
God, it's carnage.
Nice size wrasse?
Yeah. Well, there we go. There's my first bass of the day. Beautiful bass that. It's a good 3.5, maybe pushing 4 pound. But what I did was cast a lure and it actually hit a rock, bounced off, and was just on the surface of the water, kind of fluttering. I actually thought I cracked the lure, but it's all right. And the bass went for it twice, and then third strike, get in there, be beauty. See you later, buddy. So that's the lure it was taken on. It's the IMA Suzuki in a Joker candy colour. Now it was a bit of carnage just then because I hooked up and didn't realise Liam was into a fish as well. He had a nice rockfish, probably what, 3.5 pounds?
Yeah.
About 3.5 pound wrasse. Yeah, and then I hooked up pretty much the exact same time. Now there were a few other bass following it. I could see, so I stood at the top of the boat looking down, I could see 3 other bass following that one of roughly the same size. So we're going to give it a few more casts around here, and hopefully we can hook a few more. Because all of that is, well, you can see this water's rushing that way.
Rushing which way?
Right, that way.
Yeah. But we were getting sucked through it.
Yeah, maybe it's just...
But like now we're getting pushed off, you see?
Yeah. So we're at another mark now. The same principles apply. We're going to be casting lures, mostly shallow divers to start with, very close into the structure, to the land. Now when we've been here in the past and other places like this, the bass are very close inshore, and you'll often get them take right next to the rocks or inside gullies. So we're going to be throwing a few lures about, and hopefully we can find a few. I've just had a follow from a little, only a 1.5 pound bass. I followed the lures with my feet. We're just coming back up and we're just drifting through this area. There's quite a lot of tide that comes through, and it pushes the boat all the way along, and you just keep casting. So hopefully we can find a few fish. We've got a beaky, a foul hooked beaky.
You know they're minus points, right?
Yeah. A slimy, slimy beaky.
Good for turbo bait then.
Oh no, look at the state of him. Boy, he's got himself in a right state, this one. See you later, mate. Garfish, or was it a bass? Well, let's go around the front of the boat. Well, I've hooked something here, and it's either a garfish or a bass. I can't see yet. Oh my god, I foul hooked a bream. Well, I've just foul hooked a black bream here. I'm going to try and get it up on the boat, but this is a first for me. There we go. Unfortunately, he's probably had it, because that's gone straight through him. I'll just get him sorted out. Well, we've just been casting some lures in a bit of tide, and we just noticed some garfish jumping about, but I've just managed to fluke and foul hook a black bream. If I can just get him under control here. That's the first bream I've ever had on a lure, so that's a first for me. There we go, one black bream, taking in a lot of tide here. He's got a bit of a gash in the side of him where he got fouled, but I'm going to get him back anyway. Should be fine. There we go. Straight back down. That was a first for me. Never had a black bream on a lure before, even if it was fouled. Still got a few scales on it here. Hopefully we can find one more bass. We're just having a few more casts in and around this area, and then we're going to head back home. Big splash. You in? Yeah. Yep, and me. Oh no, mine's garfish, I think. Well, I just had a big splash, but this could be a bass, I'm not sure.
If you pad around there, you'll see that Liam's got one.
And yeah, Liam's in as well. Is yours a bass, yeah? I'm still not too sure on mine. I think it could be a foul hook garfish, or it's a little bass. Actually, I think it's a bass. It is a bass, yeah. Did you notice how all those birds started flying about just before? I wonder if they were clocking it.
Now I'm stuck in the net.
There we go, just a little bass. Liam's in as well.
Although Liam's stuck in the net.
Yours is a bit bigger. We found him again.
Nice little Herm bass, caught in the sunset. Let's get it back, find another one.
There's bass number 2. We literally hooked up at the exact same time. Liam was casting one side of the boat, I was casting the other. I did actually think it could be a garfish at first, but little schoolie bass.
Wait.
Yeah. Yep. Same thing again, went for it first time. Yeah. Oh, he snagged me. Felt like he was caught in some weed then. Right in front of those rocks, like as close as you can get the lure. Yeah, he's wrapped in a load of weed. Oh, here's another little bass. Actually really small, this one. Like it's caught in loads of weed. Look at that, that's why it felt heavy. Only a small bass. Just a peddler, that one. Off he goes. See you later. Fish on.
Crater gauge.
So that's another day done out on the boat. Now it's been a long couple of days. We went out yesterday, did most of the day, and then we've been out for a good 6 hours today. Today was all about bass fishing, hitting marks, different marks around Herm and Sark, targeting bass using lures. Now it was a really good day all in all. Most spots we went to produced some fish. One of them that we did go to, which to be honest we were expecting a few bass there, we only ended up having a follow, and we spent about 45 minutes to an hour there and then moved on. Now, as always with bass fishing, it's always about just moving around, finding the fish. Obviously when you've got big tides, a lot of tide flow and things like that, you need to be moving as well. The bass are going to keep moving around with the tide, so you need to follow them. Now, it was really unfortunate about snapping that rod. I actually only bought that like 2 weeks ago. It arrived about a week and a half ago. I've used it once on the boat last week when we were out, and it was completely my own fault. I cast out, and as I brought the rod down, I hit one of the rails on the boat and the tip just snapped clean off. It was a Nomura Samurai 10 to 40 gram 7-foot bass rod, and I bought it specifically for using on the boat, and also to use on a kayak as well. So yeah, a bit gutted about that. Fortunately, they're not too expensive. They're about 60 quid, so it's not the end of the world. But this is one of the reasons why I don't spend hundreds and hundreds of pounds on bass rods. Personally, I don't see the need to, and if something like that happens, it's yeah, going to be a lot worse than losing £60. Now, one interesting thing today was picking up that bream on a lure, even though it was foul hooked. That was in an area with a lot of tide running through. We noticed a lot of garfish jumping out the water. I think Liam had a follow from a little bass. And yeah, I got hit and initially thought it was a garfish, but ended up being a black bream. So that was pretty cool. Yeah, so all in all, it's been a really good day. Yeah, very tired now. Gonna go home, get some rest, probably have a couple of days off fishing. I've got a lot of footage to go through, so there'll be some interesting videos in the future. But thanks to Liam for taking us out as always, putting us on the fish once again. It's been a great couple of days. And yeah, thanks to everybody for watching the videos. If you like them, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. There's going to be plenty more to come. So thanks very much, and I'll see you on the next one.